You're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, if I told you that Adrien Broner was calling out Lucas Matthysse and Marcos Maidana, you probably wouldn't even believe me. You would probably say, I'll believe that when I hear it come straight out of Lucas Matthysse or Maidana's mouth, right? Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to believe it now, because Lucas Matthysse has just made it very clear that he has no interest in fighting against Adrien the Problem Broner. Now, Maidana, he made it clear on multiple occasions that he wanted no part of Adrien Broner in a rematch. And now his own countryman, Lucas Matthysse, is saying the exact same thing. You know, boxing is the only sport where the quote-unquote coward runner is often always chasing the tough guy, the guy who's supposed to have the big balls, right? I mean, if you don't believe me, just look at what's going on today. You have Andre Ward chasing Golovkin. You have Erislandy Lara chasing Golovkin. You have Guillermo Rigo chasing Leo Santa Cruz. And now you have Adrien Broner chasing the hardest punchers around his division. Some guys that are supposed to be the toughest SOBs in the goddamn division. And these tough guys are sitting here saying Adrien Broner is too much of a risk. That's what Lucas Matthysse said. Lucas Matthysse said it is too much of a risk to fight against Adrien Broner when he doesn't have a title. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and quote exactly what Lucas Matthysse said. This was quoted on BoxingScene.com. Quote, Broner talked about a fight with me on the day that we fought on the same card, and there has been nothing since then. He is not a defending champion. He has nothing. It would just be a fight where you are taking risk for nothing more than getting your hand raised as the winner. End quote. So my question to Lucas Matthysse is, why is Adrien Broner willing to take a risk and fight you when you don't have a title? But you're not willing to take a risk and do the same thing. Is Adrien Broner just tougher than you? Does Adrien Broner have more confidence? Is Adrien Broner more willing to take risk that you're not willing to take? Right? And then he says, well, you know, he said he wanted to fight me after we fought on the same card, and I haven't heard anything since. What do you mean? You hearing something now? That was the last fight Adrien Broner had. And here he is calling you out again. I mean, it's ridiculous when you think about it. I mean, this is the whole thing. I don't see Lucas Matthysse as a coward. I don't see him as a chicken. But my question to you fans, at least the real ignorant ones out there, how do you guys call Floyd Mayweather a coward and a chicken when he is actually negotiating with fighters that you are claiming he's afraid of? When you have fighters like Lucas Matthysse, you have fighters like Leo Santa Cruz, they are not even willing to negotiate. They don't even want to negotiate. They're not even trying to sit down and say, well, you know, I deserve this amount of money and this. They're not even doing that. They're just saying flat out, no, I don't want the fight. I don't want to fight that guy. Right? How do you guys give these fighters a pass, but then the fighters on a coincidental list, you want to call them the biggest cowards on earth? How does that make any sense, guys? It doesn't make any damn sense. And we know what time it is, right? Listen, I understand that Lucas Matthysse wants a title shot. That's completely understandable. But we all know that this sport is called prize fighting, right? So outside of Lucas Matthysse fighting maybe Danny Garcia in a rematch or fighting against Manny Pacquiao or Terrence Crawford, what fight would be bigger than Matthysse versus Adrien Broner? There would be no fight bigger than that one. There would be no fight bigger than that one. And Lucas Matthysse knows this. He knows this. Now, in the talks right now is Lucas Matthysse, he's trying to fight for Chris Algieri's title that he got stripped of when he fought against Manny Pacquiao. That's the word. And they're saying right now Algieri is the #1 contender. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. I would love to see Matthysse versus Algieri as well. But the thing is, I don't know if Chris Algieri is going to be willing to jump in the ring with Lucas Matthysse right after he just had his fight against Manny Pacquiao. Now, another fighter that I believe also called out Lucas Matthysse is Ruslan Provodnikov, who's ranked #3 for that same belt that Lucas Matthysse is trying to fight for. That would be another explosive fight. But if you notice, Lucas Matthysse has never mentioned Ruslan Provodnikov's name, right? So what's really going on with Lucas Matthysse is what I want to know. I mean, because this is supposed to be a tough guy, right? But he ain't really acting too tough right now. And once again, it's a good thing that he ain't on the coincidental list. Because if he was on that coincidental list, they would be calling this man the biggest fucking turkey in the sport of boxing. Okay? So let's just see what happens in the future. You know, once again, it doesn't make any sense. Adrien Broner's calling out all these fighters. I was really surprised to hear Lucas Matthysse not take the fight because, honestly, I thought that would be a very good competitive fight. But Lucas Matthysse doesn't want it. And you can't try to pull the Al Haymon card because both of these fighters are Al Haymon fighters, and Adrien Broner, he wants the fight. He's pushing very hard for the fight. And I can guarantee you right now, if I go interview Sam Watson right now, I can guarantee you Sam Watson, which talking to him is damn near like talking to Al Haymon. He's Al Haymon's right-hand man. I guarantee you he would tell me that we would love to make that fight. Just like he told me he would love to make Broner versus Maidana. It was Maidana who didn't want the fight. It wasn't Al Haymon trying to prevent the fight, as our Fox News friends Jim Lampley would like to say. It was Marcos Maidana that prevented that fight from taking place. Just like it's Lucas Matthysse that's preventing this fight from taking place. So let's just see what happens in the future. That's all I got. I'm on to the next one.